Welcome to Governor Steve Beshear, Lexington General Manager Carrie Butler, Downtown Development Authority President Jeff Fugate, and council members Siobhan Akers and Jake Gibbs. Also with us today, I believe, is former Vice Mayor, she is, I see her, Vice Mayor Linda Gorton, Van Meter Pettit, who's an advocate for Town Branch Trail, and representing the Transportation Cabinet is Natasha Lacey. Well, over the last few years, we have all learned that when the governor comes to town, good things happen. And here we are again today, where we are crowding the winner's circle. Governor, routinely, again and again over the past 8 years, you have made great things happen here in Lexington. You've touched the lives of thousands of citizens with investments in their health, their safety, their communities, their education, economic development, and good government. You led us through the Great Recession, cut the unemployment rate in half, and established an extraordinary legacy that will stand the test of time. Thank you, thank you. Now, it is my great pleasure to introduce Governor Steve Beshear. Governor.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mayor. First, let me say that it is always great to get back home, and Lexington has been home for Jane and me for a good while. We met in Lexington up at the University of Kentucky. We've lived most of our adult lives in Lexington. We raised our 2 sons, and they went to school here in Lexington. And so this is a special place for us. And for the last 8 years as governor, I have worked hard and partnered with Mayor Gray and his team and others here in Lexington to take a wonderful place and make it even better. You know, it's a pleasure to be here with somebody like Jim Gray and so many others of you who share a vision for this community, which we all love so much. It's a vision for how a progressive, dynamic community like Lexington, which already has so much to offer in quality of life, can be made even better. It's a vision for how Lexington can keep growing in a thoughtful, well-planned way that benefits everybody who lives here, who works here, who visits here. Great communities only become great communities because of such vision and the will to implement that vision. And a big part of that vision for Lexington is the long-awaited urban trail called Town Branch Commons. When completed, the Town Branch Commons corridor is going to yield tremendous benefits to the citizens of Lexington. One of its greatest benefits will be a major safety improvement for pedestrians downtown, especially on the block of Vine Street between Limestone and Quality Street. As you may know, that's where the Lexington Transit Center is located. It's one of the most important facilities in this entire community. Why? Because thousands of people rely on Lexington and its public transportation services. But they don't currently have a protected way near the transit center to get across Vine Street to access the center. I don't have to tell any of you how busy a street that Vine Street is. Yet every day, you can see pedestrians trying to navigate through moving traffic to get across Vine. And then, when you get across it, you have to climb over a low barrier divider to get into the transit center. We can do better than that, and we're going to do better than that. I'm here today to present federal funding in the sum of more than $2.7 million, $2,730,215 to be exact, to Lexington and the urban county government. That funding is for design and construction of the section of the Town Branch Trail corridor running along Vine Street between Limestone and Quality Streets. The project will include creation of a badly needed protected pedestrian crossing with signal on Vine Street. That protected crossing will be in the vicinity of the transit center, with the exact location to be determined in the design process. The signal for the pedestrian crossing will include a phase to allow buses to safely exit the transit center. In addition to the new signalized pedestrian crossing, the project area will have lighting upgrades and realigned bus bays in the transit center. It will have green areas for stormwater infiltration and separate bicycle lanes on Water Street. The bike lanes will help connect the Rose Street and Old Vine Street bikeway and will make the bike connection to the UK campus at both Limestone and Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. As you may know, UK's campus master plan specifically recommends a connection to the town branch trail to encourage more faculty and students to use alternative transportation. There's a whole lot of people to thank for what is going on here in Lexington and what is going on here with this project. Certainly our Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, Mayor Jim Gray and his entire team, Lextran General Manager Carrie Butler, Jeff Fugate of the Downtown Development Authority, all of the council people here who work so hard every day with the mayor to make good things happen, everybody who is involved in making this Town Branch Trail Corridor a reality. This is one of many investments that we have made in Lexington during this administration, and I'm happy to make this one today. Thank you.
Governor, thank you, thank you, thank you. Town Branch, a ribbon of bluegrass running through Lexington. It's a park that follows the path of Town Branch through downtown, and its time has come. Thanks to Governor Beshear for committing almost $6 million overall to this project. We have included $10 million in the city's budget, and we're working to find private partners and additional grants. These investments will pay long-term dividends. Town Branch Commons is a path to economic development and vitality, healthy outdoor activity, and alternative transportation, linking our two main trails to enhance walking and cycling and improving Lextran's services. Lextran's General Manager, Carrie Butler, is here to tell us more about today's announcement and its impact on Lextran. Carrie?
Thank you, Mayor Gray, and thank you, Governor Beshear, for investing in Lexington and making a strong commitment to this exciting project. I'd also like to thank Jeff Fugate on our Board of Directors and any other Lextran Board of Directors members that are here. In addition, our thanks go out to Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, Federal Highway Administration, of course, Lexington Fayette Urban County Government and the Council, our Metropolitan Planning Organization, Town Branch Trail, Downtown Development Authority, Bluegrass Community Foundation, Fayette Alliance, Bluegrass Green Source, and of course, members of the Lextran staff. All this couldn't happen without all these different people coming together to form a great project and really make the improvement here in town. So I'm pleased to be surrounded by such good company and really excited by this partnership. Lextran's Vine Street Transit Center opened in 1991 and was designed to serve 8 routes. Back then, we provided just north of 2 million passenger trips each year. Today, our transit center and Lextran service has grown to where we have 17 routes and have made great strides in serving more people throughout Lexington. Last year, we provided approximately 5 million passenger trips system-wide, so we have really grown. As you would imagine from this growth, we have increased the amount of congestion and foot traffic surrounding the transit center, and crossing Vine Street has become problematic. Today, nearly 8,000 passengers will get on or off a Lextran bus at the transit center. From there, they'll travel throughout the city and throughout downtown, accessing jobs, educational opportunities, and various activities to enrich their quality of life. Today's announcement provides Lextran the opportunity to make enhancements at our main transfer hub, which is a fairly utilitarian designed hub, as by modern standards. Maybe great in 1991, but we need to do some work. So we are excited for the opportunity to improve the experience of our Lextran passengers, as well as upgrading the connections for downtown and tying into the Town Branch Commons Corridor Project and Trail. Again, as we talked about, we have lighting upgrades, improved sidewalk, bicycle facilities, traffic calming measures, signalized pedestrian crossing, and which will help the buses leave the transit facility in a smooth manner. That provides safer passage, makes it more attractive for people to access the transit center and move in downtown. Also connecting trails, parks, and waterways. So thank you again, Governor, for your commitment to the future of Lexington, the growth of Lextran, and the Town Branch Commons Corridor Project. Mayor Gray?
Thanks, Carrie. Thanks, Carrie. Thanks so much. And next, finally, but importantly, is Jeff Fugate. And Jeff is president of the Downtown Development Authority, and in that role has been the project manager for the Town Branch Commons. Jeff?
All right. Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Governor. So like the Mayor, I'm glad to see our council members here today. I also see our friends from the YMCA, our friends from Lextran, Van Meter with Town Branch Trail. There was somebody else. We've got some great friends out there. What's that? PG Peoples. And I see PG Peoples, who is related to so many organizations that we can't name them all. There we go. All right, so thank you, Governor, again for this investment in the future of Lexington. So as Mayor alluded to, the Town Branch Commons is a big idea, but a pretty simple one. We're going to use a historic path of the Town Branch Creek, runs right out back here. It just happens to be underground. We're going to build a world-class trail system along that creek. It's going to connect the countryside to the downtown Lexington, and then along that path, we're going to build world-class parks. So while the idea is simple, the undertaking certainly is not. And that is why we've spent the last 3 years giving this idea real thorough consideration. And in the process, we've called upon some of the greatest thinkers on parks, public space, transportation, and water quality in the country and internationally, in fact. So meanwhile, we've also got some great partners out there, and in particular, I want to name Allison Langford. Allison?
Yes.
Wave, Allison. Actually, jump up and down and wave your hands because you're that important. The Bluegrass Community Foundation is leading the effort for the fundraising element of this so that this truly is a public-private venture, right? Great communities have great parks, great cities have great parks, and they don't do it alone. They do it when their citizens come together to get it done. And so Bluegrass Community Foundation is right at the tip of the spear on getting that. So with this grant, though, we will move on to the next stage of design and engineering for this section of the project. We're making the jump from concept to implementation. We get to start moving dirt, and that is amazing and awesome and exciting. And so on behalf of all the people who have been working on this project diligently for years now, I can't tell you how excited we are, Governor, and we're ready to get started. We'll look forward to it. Thank you, Mayor.
So, summing it all up, Town Branch Commons is a bridge to our authentic history, a bridge between urban and rural, and a bridge between neighborhoods and downtown. Town Branch Commons has the potential to be a centerpiece of our community for hundreds of years from now. So the project is all about our children and future generations. Governor, we really can't thank you enough, but we're trying real hard. Thank you, sir.